Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're back again it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. I've just been ill, didn't have a voice for a fair while, and then when I did have a voice back again, it wasn't very good, it kept breaking like every 2 seconds. So, I just took a little break, make sure that fully recover, basically. Still not fully recovered, but, you know, we got there in the end. And today, we've come back at the right time, and that is because we've got the Italian heavies. We've managed to get a playthrough, we've managed to play through the whole line already. Got the replays for you, we're going to show them off, and we're going to start off at the Tier 7 heavy tank as well today. And that is the Carro P.88. We've got 2 replays in this tank. What do I think of this tank? Well, this Tier 7 is actually pretty decent. I've pretty much enjoyed this tank playing through it. It's got a decent gun. It's not got the best accuracy in the universe, but it's okay if you buff it with the crew skills and vert stabs and so. No, well, with crew skills, sorry. But for the most part, it's okay. The mobility is a bit meh, but I run the traction system, so it gets that extra 3 kilometers an hour, gets up to 38 kilometers an hour top speed, and it's got good engine power, so it will reach that 38 kilometers an hour, which is nice, and it gives you that little bit 10% extra track traverse as well, which is good. The armour on it is troll. It's not something you should immediately try and rely on all the time, but it's good enough that you can bounce shots with it, and that is it's a pretty nice thing to have, to be honest. It's not going to be like a Tiger 1 where you're going to get guaranteed penned every time. If you're on a ridgeline like this, you can bounce some shots off your turret, you can bounce shots off your upper plate. It's just got that sort of angling, which is quite nice. Yeah, the 202 pen, I think it is on the gun standard round, is really good. 220 on the premium is all you'll ever need, so that's fine. On the whole, all round, 5.8 second reload as well, or 5.5 food boosted. It's pretty damn diddly nice. So as a Tier 7 heavy, this heavy tank is not that bad. It's actually pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed the playthrough of it. It's not as bad as I thought it might be. It is a long boy. You're seeing it here right now. It is a very long heavy tank. But, yeah, it's pretty okay for a Tier 7 heavy. And it's a good way to start the line. Not like the Tier 8, which is the next one, which is dreadful, but hey-ho. So, what do I run as a crew on this? Well, in terms of the crew, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Trap Mechanic, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and Armour Angling. I think that's the perk, what it's called. Armour Angling to reduce the damage I'm taking as much as possible, because every shot counts. It is a heavy tank, so every shot you take counts. It means that you're going to get more chances to dish out damage, because there's a possibility over the amount of hits that you can take that you have to take one more hit to get finished off, which gives you an opportunity to get one more hit out, for example. And then obviously you want all the gun perk skills, because like I say, the gun at 0.4 accuracy or 0.39 accuracy, whichever one it is not the best, so you want that. But I run the rammer, optics and traction system, and I don't run vert stabs because you can get the gun accurate enough with the crew skills. So I decided I wanted the traction system to just give us that little bit of extra mobility, because you can see we're going at 38 kilometers an hour right now, which is quite nice. 35 just seemed a little bit slow, and 38 really does help it with the sort of play style that it has. So that's why I run those things. So you're seeing on Mountain Pass here, we've taken the aggressive push down our flank, we've won it, and now we're just pushing the guys that have got bogged down in the ice road, which is this ice road push that they've done is exactly why it's just not a very good push to do. They've just all got fully bogged down in it, and this is all that ever happens in my experience, is that the two sides that go down there end up fully stalemated, bogged down, and then just end up getting overwhelmed by the team that won the other parts of the flanks. But yeah, we've managed to get some good shots in. We can't quite get there to get the shot into the remaining Carro P.88, and we finished that game with a nice total for the new Tier 7 heavy tank. We finished that game with 2 kills, 3.8k damage, 1750 base XP, 31,000 credit made, ace tanker, confederate, sniper, and you'll see the other guy in his Carro P.88 as well, coming up with his 2k base and his 4k damage. This tank is a pretty solid tank, and it's a pretty enjoyable start to the line, which is always nice, right? It's always a nice thing to have when the tier 7's a good introduction, or I should say the start of the heavy tank line is a good introduction, because obviously this is the start of the heavy tank line. The line starts at tier 7, which is after the tier 6 P.43 BIS medium tank, which is not a very good tank. So it's nice to have this tank after it, which is good, and it's a good way to start the line because it is a good tank. It's just a shame about the tank that comes after it. So we're on the second game, we're on steps, and we're going to go to the medium tank flank, because I do play this tank fairly much like a medium tank with that 38 km/h. It's obviously not quite got the speed of going up at like 45, 50, but it does feel fairly manoeuvrable with the traction system on it, and that's why I like running it, because it means I can be fairly aggressive and get to aggressive positions pretty damn easily. And on this medium tank flank on the 8-9 line, on steps, we can go get hull down with the good gun depression that this tank has, with 8 degrees of gun depression, which is pretty damn diddly decent. And obviously being hull down, therefore we can limit the amount of armour that the enemy has to shoot at, which is good. So we're pushing forward, like I say, to try and spot. We are pretty top tier, so we can be fairly aggressive. And we spot this KV1 out. He's spotted and we're not, so it's just the decision of thinking, you know what, let's just farm this guy. We pull back to see if we can spot him through the bush cover. We do spot him, we finish him off, and because we get spotted, we now have to move forward and get moving, basically. We're trying to look for a shot at the IS, can't quite find the shot, can't quite find the shot at the Challenger either. And we're going to duck down and try and push up this flank. We're going to try and push right towards the corner so that we can get shots at these people that are camping on their little sniper ridges. But first we're going to push up close to this rock, look through this gap, see if we can spot anything that's just sort of caught out in the middle of the open. We end up catching this VKP, we get a nice shot into him on the move, we spot the artillery, we managed to bounce a shot from the Excalibur that is actually sat in the corner. This is another reason we wanted to push towards this corner, because we wanted to spot out anything that was possibly camping over here, and that Excalibur is something that we found. Unfortunately we missed a few shots at him at the minute. He's managed to bounce on us. We managed to finally pen him with a horrible snapshot. Not a shot that probably should have hit him really, but it did. He pulls over to get another shot into us. Well, he has got terrible armour, so we get a shot into him. He bounces again. Like I say, this armour, it's not something you should truly rely on, but you will bounce stuff, so it is pretty nice in that regard. We're just wanting to get a shot into this Excalibur, but unfortunately we have too many things looking at us. But we see the artillery. It's time we try and get rid of that thing, because he is the danger to me, because obviously I can keep pulling back behind this ridgeline and staying safe from all these guys, right? But unfortunately, the artillery will just keep splashing us, and that's something we don't want. The Excalibur tries to make a move on us and try and get us. Fortunately enough for me, I was reloaded. We managed to shut him down. The VK3001P makes the same mistake. We shut him down. And now we're going to pop over and get a shot into the captured KV1. Now the Guerrilla's spotted again. I want to get rid of that artillery, like I say, because then if he's gone, I can keep pulling back behind this ridgeline now and stay safe, which is exactly what we want. We get a nice shot snapped into the IS. We can't stick around and aim these shots, because if we do, we're just going to get slapped up, and that's not what we want. We get another shot into the IS. We put him down to a one-shot, and we're just looking to finish him off. Unfortunately, he does just pen us there. He must have actually been stock and using the 85mm there, because he didn't pen us for much. Either that or it was the 100mm, one of the two. We end up taking a big hit from the back there. It was like, I think that must have been the Challenger from the back. We ricochet something else there, and we're just now going to keep pulling back, because obviously we don't have the health anymore, and we take another hit, we're going to get shut down, and we don't really want to do that. So we're just going to play a bit more carefully. I'm looking at the base, and the base is something that's possibly going to fall, but I want to be able to try and get whatever is camping back there and popping shots at us. So to pop some blind shots at these bushes that they could quite well be camping in. Somewhere that is a popular place to sort of camp in if they are going to be shooting at us. Challenger does get spotted. Unfortunately, he shuts down my T1 heavy friend. We get a nice shot into him, waiting for the reload. Hopefully we'll get to shoot him again, but unfortunately that shot misses. So now the base is falling. I can't push this area. I've not got the hit points, and stuff like that challenge has probably got the camo to stay unspotted while we are here. This Carro isn't the most vision tank, can phrase that better. This tank doesn't have the best view range in the universe, so if a tank has decent camo, I'm not really going to spot them. So I need to just disengage from that fight, give up on it, and decide to try and go back and help the base. Now unfortunately they're actually slowly but surely killing everything that's back there, but if we get back over here, we're not going to be fighting against things we cannot see. We might be able to catch out the heavies and the mediums as they cross towards our base. We can also go hull down on the ridge lines, and by going hull down on the ridge lines, we can probably end up staying hull down and attacking them as they attack our cap, and therefore obviously gives them less to shoot, less chances to pen, because the turret armour on this tank is pretty decent. It's good around the gun mantler, not that great on the cheeks, so if they hit you around your gun, they're less likely to pen at your own tier. But that's where you just keep wiggling, because then you won't die. So we get a nice shot into the VK3001D. I was just thinking about popping up and shooting him and finishing him off, but there is a Carro P.88 there. We get a nice shot into him, put him onto a one-shot. This T1 heavy we should finish off in one shot, which we do. Now there's a Jagdpanzer 4 coming up from behind us, which is something we just got to worry about. We're up to 4.1k damage, which is a nice amount. And we're just going to try and quickly kill this Jagdpanzer 4. Unfortunately, we ricochet off of him. He's firing heat, which means he's actually got the derp gun, which has made me think, right, okay, I'll just need to turn my armour to him, because if I turn my armour to him and he's still firing heat, he's not going to pen me, because he's only got 104mm of penetration with that heat round. So if I keep my front to him, he's not penning me. We managed to shut him down, but unfortunately the Challenger, which was really healthy, comes charging back and manages to finish us off. And we finished that game with a defeat, but we come for second place, for a loss. 8 kills, 4.7k damage, Ace Tanker, Devastator, Radley Walters, Top Gun, High Caliber, 1383 base XP on a loss, which is really good. Like I said, that 8 kills, that Radley Walters medal, which is always a nice one to pick up. Unfortunately, it was a loss, but there's only so much you can do at times, especially when you bleed your health a little bit too much at the start. But on the whole, this tank is a really nice tank. It's a good way to start the line, and I think people would probably enjoy this tank. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!